Hello, guys. This is Shar. Welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for returning. Now, y'all, this short commentary is about Evelyn Lozada and her daughter, Shanice. Now, this little hoopla that's going on between Evelyn and her daughter, Shanice, and the game's baby mama, Tiffany Cambridge, I believe her name is growing legs. It's growing like wildfire. We thought it was just all died down, and I think it had died down. But for those of you who don't know, Evelyn and her daughter have a podcast, right? Who doesn't? Who doesn't right now? Who doesn't have a darn podcast? And y'all, I don't know the name of the podcast. Sorry. I don't. And that's not purposely. I caught the name, but I cannot remember. I've never listened to it or watched it myself, and I don't even remember. But anyway, they decided to talk about this incident and everything that's going on, the rumor mill about Shanice and the game, and Evelyn knowing the game's baby mama, Tiffany. Okay? They decided to talk about it. So that's why it's all being brought back up and people are doing commentary on it, because these two, or at least Evelyn, is walking it back. She backstroking. She walking it back. It does seem as though she is downplaying the friendship of her and Tiffany. Now, we've all seen the clips and all the different pictures of Evelyn being at Tiffany Cambridge baby shower when she was pregnant with the games and her daughter, Callie Dreams. That's her oldest daughter. That's the firstborn. And then they had a son together. But we saw the clips of Evelyn being at her baby shower when she was pregnant. And then we saw clips, and Shani was there too. And then we saw clips or pictures of Tiffany at Evelyn's baby shower as well when she was pregnant with her son Leo. Okay, so they were cool. They were cool enough to invite each other to each other's baby showers. Now, I just think about me. I would tend to only invite people that I thought of as friends, me myself. You know what I'm saying? However, some people could just be like, I know her. I came in contact with her. I was acquainted with her. I want a gift. You just asking people that you know, not necessarily all that close to, but just any and everybody just to see what you can get. Some people are like that. I don't know if Tiffany is like that. You know what I'm saying? And she could have possibly invited just people she know, and Evelyn is one of them. They're not really all that cool, and Evelyn could have done that as well, and Tiffany is just somebody she know and became acquainted with. But Tiffany has not really came public with any comments or anything. However, she did do an interview, not an interview. Well, yeah, it was like an interview. She did an article, rather, not an interview, with a magazine back in 2012, and she did divulge that she already knew Shani. They went to high school together, and she said that she knew Evelyn. She said her and Shani went to high school together, which was her words, and her words was also that she knew Evelyn. Evelyn and her became acquainted because Evelyn's man, which was Ocho Cinco at the time, and her man, which is the game, were cool. And so that's how they met. Now, I'm just going to be a devil's advocate here. Back in 2012, when she did this article, and when she said what she said, she did not actually say that her and Evelyn were friends. Now, that doesn't mean nothing. Doesn't just because she didn't say it, don't mean they weren't friends. And she did not actually say like, "Oh, we were cool. We're cool." You know what I'm saying? I mean, she went to high school with Shani. She didn't say Shani was her friend either. And just because people went to high school together doesn't mean that they are friends. We all know that. Now, I'm just playing devil's advocate. You know what I mean? They know each other. They're acquainted with each other. You know, they developed a relationship or an acquaintance because of their men. Doesn't necessarily mean that they were all that close. Yes, I know her. I did invite her to my baby shower and vice versa because our men's were cool. You know what I'm saying? And now I'm cool with her. But it doesn't mean that they were best friends, and it don't mean that they were that close either. You know, I've been around a whole bunch of girls growing up and as an adult. Well, not so much as an adult, but I know growing up, and you invite the crew. The crew is everybody you know. Some of the girls you're real cool with, some of the girls you're not. Right? We know that. But I will say, I do feel that Evelyn is kind of playing it down a bit because in the soundbite that you will hear, she don't even want to say the girl name. She didn't even say Tiffany's name. She just said, what did she say? I think she said, Jason's, baby mother or something like that. You know what? My mind's so short. I forgot what she even said. She said something, but what I do remember is that she did not say Tiffany's name. So that's what made me think like, yeah, she's really just trying to walk it back like she really didn't know her. I don't know if this is all cap or what. But, you know, if nothing else, they were acquainted enough to go to each other's baby shower, but it does not necessarily mean that they were best friends. However, what Evelyn's daughter, Shanice, went on to say was just disrespectful as far as I'm concerned. It was just disrespectful because for me, the takeaway is that I don't owe her nothing. I wasn't really cool with her. You were, you know, talking about her mom. And I feel no ways about being or have been in the room with her and now being pregnant or having a child with her baby daddy. I feel no ways. And that's just that on that. And it was just the way she said it, and the underlying takeaway was basically, I feel no ways. I do not care. You know, I give no F's. It is what it is. I wasn't cool with her. I ain't know her that well. I met her, but and I don't owe her nothing. That's what it was giving. That's what it was giving. I mean, obviously she didn't say it exactly like that, but that's what it was giving. That's what it was giving. So I want you guys to listen to the clip. Tell me what you think. Do you really feel that Evelyn is walking it back and just downplaying the friendship? Or you know, are you in agreement that, you know, women can know each other and not really be that cool at all? It's just that they're a part of the scene that you're hanging with. They're a part of the crew. You know what I'm saying? And you know, it's just politically correct at the time to invite somebody to something because, you know, you have other people in mind that are acquaintances. Or do you really believe that they were, you know, best friends or just really cool? Because again, we've seen the pictures where Evelyn has her hand on her tummy, on Tiffany's tummy, or was it Tiffany had her hand on Evelyn's tummy? And there is also a picture of Evelyn and Tiffany and Shani O'Neal and Tiffany's baby girl at the time, Callie, where Evelyn has her whole arm around little baby Callie's head. You know, and for me, I feel like that seems like they were quite close because, you know, me myself, I wouldn't put all my arm and all that around somebody's kid that I wasn't really close with. You know what I mean? I wouldn't, but everybody's different. But you guys let me know what you think. Please drop down the comments. I do talk back. Like the video, subscribe, hit your notifications, and until next time, guys, ciao.
This took a world of its own. How do you respond to claims that you and I betrayed the game's ex? Like when you came out pregnant, and it was like this whole like whirlwind of, oh my God, they're these horrible people because people made it to be like they turned it into a whole story that it wasn't.
But no, that's really a rumor that grew like hands and legs and fingers and the whole thing. And I don't know where did that even come from and who started that. I don't respond to that because it's absolutely ridiculous. It's not true. Like you guys were not best friends. A lot of people were at your baby shower. You guys were on the same network, and that was like over a decade ago.
Yeah.
So I don't feel any type of way that you were in the presence of, and why should I? You know what I mean? It's not like you guys were best friends. It wasn't my friend.
Right.
So I don't know where that.
I think
that's a big one though, because I get that all the time.
It's a huge misconception, and it's a rumor. And to be honest, we're not. I know about you and me too. I don't live in a space of I'm gonna sit up here and do this, and I'm just gonna like lie, or I'm not. Like if it was the truth, then I would be like, you know what, it was the truth, and some things happened. Cool. But it grew legs, arms, feet, ears, all of that. And it was such a viral thing. Like I have comments where people are like, oh, how dare you?
Okay, guys, I wanted to come right back and because I forgot to mention, oh boy, the game, Jason Taylor. He is very much a part of the shenanigans. He is very much part of all this mess for even messing around with Shanice. Like, he doesn't get off on this. He is a piece of crap. You know what I'm saying? You knew that your baby mama, Tiffany, was cool in some way, some form, some fashion with Evelyn Lozada. I'm quite sure he popped into the baby shower. Maybe he didn't go to Evelyn's, but quite sure he popped into Tiffany's baby shower at some point. You know how the guys do. They pop in to the baby showers either before or after or at the beginning, to get food, to eat, whatever. You know what I mean? Don't tell me you didn't know that they were cool. Even if they weren't the best of friends, don't tell me you did not know they were cool. So, he is a part of the madness. He is definitely a part of the madness. And then to add insult to injury, you would actually date, mess around, and have a baby with the woman's daughter, knowing the connection. But, some people give no F's. And, most men, well, I don't know about most, but, men tend to not give no F's when it comes to the P. The power of the P. The power of the P. It's never underestimated. You never underestimate it, because these men lose their mind. Okay? Seriously, like, we have the power, ladies. We definitely have the power, regardless if we using it or not. We got the power, because I'm telling you, these men go nuts over this thing. Okay, they go nuts. They lose their mind, and they lose all their home training, all the morals they were taught. If Jason was taught any morals, we don't know. You know what I mean? He did grow up in the hood, but that don't mean nothing. I grew up in the hood, and my mama taught me morals, so I'll take that back, because that ain't got nothing to do with it. This is all on Jason. Like, You know, he knows better. But again, he's not thinking with his top head, he's thinking with the other one, and that's where they go wrong, because you know, these men, they gives no f's when it come to that p. Okay, but yeah, no, he doesn't get off. He is a piece of crap, you know what I'm saying? Just in bad taste, not tasteful, not tactful, none of that. But again, you guys drop down in the comments. I do talk back. Like the video, subscribe yet again, and until next time, guys, ciao.